everybody, today I am going to show you how to recreate this Marilyn Monroe inspired look. I say inspired because it's not exactly her. Obviously I'm not blonde, my hair is not exactly the same, my makeup's not exactly the same, but I took pictures of her and inspired it to put on my own face, and I put my own twist on it. So if you want to learn how to get this look, then please keep watching. My hair is completely natural. This is not curled, this is just air dried overnight. I went ahead and I put some heat spray in it. I'm also gonna go ahead and put this volumizing root lifter from Generic. I think I picked this up at Sally's Beauty Supply a little while ago. So I'm just gonna take this and I'm going to spray this right into my roots just to give me some added volume. So I'm just parting my hair in random sections and just spraying a little bit and rubbing it into my hair. Same thing over here. And then I'm going to part in the back a little bit and spray a little bit here. These are the areas where I like the most volume. So just to help a little bit, again, just adding that spray in and working that into the roots. So this hairstyle is very, very simple to do. You're only going to need a couple things. Like I said, I used a root lifter. You don't even have to. But you're going to want bobby pins. You're going to want hairspray, which I actually still have to grab. I just realized I don't have that with me. But then I'm also using a small curling wand. It's a little bit larger over here, and then it narrows down. So this is heating up. It's completely heated up. I've let it heat up for maybe about 5 minutes. So let me go grab the hairspray and then we'll begin the tutorial. Hairspray, I'm just using, that's a little too close, so Pantene Stylist and the number 4. So to begin this tutorial, Marilyn always parted her hair off to the side, so I'm gonna part mine too. My hair goes that way. Sometimes I switch my part, so right now it's going that way. So I'm going to start with the small section at the top, just using my fingers to kind of part my hair. I'm making sure there's no tangles in it. I'm just simply finger combing my hair. If you have longer hair, of course, you can use a brush. I just want to try to avoid frizz as much as I can. So taking this section, there's about that much of hair, if you can see that. I'm gonna take my wand and I'm curling down. So I'm pointing my wand down. I'm going to wrap my hair over and try to get it as close to the root as possible. Oh, let's try that again. Wrap my hair over and wrap the hair around the wand. And again, try to get it as close to the root as possible. And I'm going to hold this for a couple of seconds, okay? And then I'm going to just let go and let the curl fall into my hand. And then I'm going to gather back up the curl into the little spiral that we created. And then I'm going to just flatten it. So I have the spiral, and I'm just going to flatten it on my head to create this pin curl. And this just makes it easier for me to, oh, okay, that wasn't supposed to happen. It just makes it easier for me to pin on my head. So taking one bobby pin, I'm putting the jagged side down. I'm gonna open it up and pin this curl down. Okay, so now I have one curl pin down. So I'm gonna show you one more very quickly, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my head. And you'll see me doing my hair. It's just going to be a time lapse. So I'm taking another section, roughly about the same size as the first. Again, pointing my wand down. I'm wrapping the curl right around the wand. Getting as close to the root. Hold it for a few seconds. And when I let go, let it fall right into the palm of my hand. collect it again. Just keeping that curl shape together and then pinning it down with another bobby pin. Alright, so I'm going to continue this all over my head. When we start getting into the back pieces, just try to curl your hair whichever way you think is going to look best for that particular section. So let's go ahead and finish my hair, and I'll be back to show you the final product. "20 minutes, I ate a quick breakfast, so I'm going to start by just removing the pins one by one, but just being very careful. I'm just going to let the curl fall for now. I apologize, I forgot to mention in the beginning that I'm going to be also using a teasing comb. So now that we have the hair out of the pins, of course, as you can see, they're extremely defined curls, which is okay, but we kind of want to loosen them up. So I'm just taking my fingers and so lightly, just kind of combing through them just to kind of break them up a little bit. I'm trying to get this front piece because Marilyn has that very defined like front curl. Now again, it's not going to look exactly like her, one, because I don't have the same hair color as her, I'm not the same hair style as her, so I'm going to get it as close as I can with working with my own hairstyle. So just working with what works for me. Okay, so I broke up the curls a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead very lightly, kind of comb out the curls with this teasing brush. And this front curl's giving me a hard time. You see, this is not working with me. Okay. We'll get something with it. I might have to go back and like re-curl just like a bigger piece or something, because this is like 3 small curls into one. So let me go ahead, because this piece is going to be driving me nuts. So I'm going to go ahead and just wrap that out of the way for the moment, so I can kind of concentrate on the rest of the hair and then come back to that piece. So let me turn back on my curling iron while we work on the rest of the hair. So again, just very, very lightly going over the curls, just to kind of give it a more natural look, so it's not so like, you know, pin curled. Over the top as well. Okay, then what I'm going to do is take the back pieces and just tease a little bit to give me some extra volume. I love volume in my hair. If you ever see any like get readies with me or any tutorials that I do with my hair, you will see me teasing it. I just really, really like big hair. So just play around with it until you find what looks best on you, what works for you in your hair shape. Alright, I think this will work for us just fine, so I'm going to go ahead and spray this again. Hairspray is your friend. And then I'm going to work on this front section again, trying to make it look as flattering as possible. So maybe I'll split it into 2 sections. I'm going to try to recurl this and see what happens. Alright, so instead of pinning the front curls, I'm trying to pull them out a little bit so they're not as tight as the rest of them, because Marilyn's front curls don't really seem wicked curly, you know what I mean? Like it's curled of course, but it's not super tight. So I'm just taking this, I'm curling it the exact same way I curled the rest of my hair. The only difference is that I'm not going to pin it. I'm going to kind of pull it to stretch it out a bit. Okay, so now it's ready, so I'm letting go with the curling iron and I'm just tugging it very lightly. Okay, next I'm going to take my teasing brush just to help this curl kind of stand up a bit. Taking my teasing brush, a little bit more hairspray. And again, just play around with it until you find what looks best for you. Okay, so I found a style that I really like. So this is what we came up with for the hair. So the front and the back is curled. I just ended up giving it a lot of volume. I don't think I was liking it at first because it was kind of flat to me. And it's so short. I'm really not used to this short of hair. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is just let this sit. It's probably going to fall a little bit. And we will jump right into the makeup tutorial. Okay, so for the makeup, the eyes are going to be very simple. So I figured I'd show you roughly, oops, that part is frizzy, my face routine as well. I'm not going to go over everything like my contour. I'll fast forward through because I have an entire video on how I do that, and also my brows, but I will show you how I do everything else. Okay, to start off this makeup tutorial, I'm using Benefit's Professional. And I'm just putting a little bit on the tip of my finger. And I'm going to blend this in to my entire face. I'm concentrating on right here because this is where I get the biggest pores, and right on my chin. The rest of my face is pretty good with that, but I struggle with pores in those 2 areas. I'm just going to take a clip and clip this part of my hair back so it doesn't keep falling in my face. But the next thing I'm going to do is take my foundation by Flower, and it's a little pump foundation. So just putting a little bit on my fingers. I put a little bit on my forehead, my cheeks, both of my cheeks, a little bit on my chin. And then I'm going to take a stippling brush and I'm going to buff that in all over my face. Once my foundation is on, I'm taking Boing Concealer from Benefit in the color, I don't think it says sweet, oh, number 1. It is the lightest shade that they had. So I'm just twisting off the cap and then taking my middle finger. I'm going to dab that right underneath my eyes because I have some redness and some puffiness under my eyes. So I'm dabbing that right underneath there on both sides. Sorry, the white balance like freaks out with the lighting here. I don't know why, but. And then I am going to put a little bit on my forehead, a little bit in between my eyebrows because I get a bit red there, a little bit under my nose, and then I have just a little bit of blemishes that are healing there. So I'm going to put a little bit of concealer there and a little bit here, just to make my face appear as flawless as I can possibly get it. Put a little bit here as well. Taking a clean finger, I'm just dabbing that in and blending it whatever left I have on my finger, I'm just blending into my upper eyelid because you can see that they're red. So I'm just priming them a bit while diminishing redness at the same time. Next, I'm going to begin contouring, so this part is going to be fast forwarded. If you want to see contouring more in depth, you can go check out my Cocoa contour palette review demo and all that fun stuff. I'll show you exactly how I contour, but for the sake of the length of this video, I'm just going to fast forward through this part. Okay, so my face is fully contoured. So what I'm gonna do next is take my MAC blush in Modest Blush. It's just a light dusty rose color, and taking a fluffy brush, I'm gonna lightly dust this on the apple of my cheeks. I don't want a ton of color, but I just want, the contour is so contoured that I feel like adding a little bit of color just makes it look a bit natural. Next, I'm taking Benefit's High Beam Highlighter. And it's kind of like a paintbrush brush. You see what I'm saying? So I'm going to take a tiny bit of that, and I'm going to drag that on the apples of my cheeks, down the bridge of my nose, everywhere where I'm highlighting. And then simply taking my fingers again, I'm going to dab that in. And by the way, this is the High Beam. Let me see if I can find a color for you. Because I know there's I think there's two. I think there's more of this pinky one, and then I think there's more of a bronzy one. I know Naked does that too with their, or Urban Decay does that too with their Naked body powders or face powders. There's a pinky one that I have, which is called Aura. And then there's another one, which is more bronzy. And I don't know the name of that one, but because I'm so fair or light, I like to use the pinky tones. Alright, now that we have the highlighter on our face, I'm going to go ahead and fill in my brows. Where's my brow kit? Okay, I'm going to fill in my brows with my Brow Envy by Too Faced. Again, I have an entire video on this, so I'm not going to go into detail. So I'm just going to fast forward doing my eyebrows. But if you want to see more in depth, then please go check out that video. But I will be back as soon as I'm done with my eyebrows. Okay, now my eyebrows are filled in, so we're gonna begin on the eyes. The first thing that I'm gonna do is align my waterline with this NYX Wonder Pencil in light, and it's just this like very nudie, okay, white balance. It's a very nude color. So I'm just gonna line my waterline just to make my eyes appear brighter and bigger. Going to bring it underneath my waterline, right on my lash line, and I'm gonna blend that color in, just eliminating any redness or darkness I have under my eyes, just to kind of give me a clean slate to work with. And now Marilyn's makeup was very, very simple, so we're not gonna go crazy with eyeshadow. So I'm gonna take my Natural Eyes by Too Faced. I feel like everything I'm using is almost Too Faced. I didn't mean it to happen like that. And I think I'm going to take the color Cashmere Bunny, which is this medium soft matte brown color. It's not too dark, which I don't want too dark. And I'm going to take a fluffy crease brush, and I'm gonna blend that color right into our crease. A clean fluffy crease brush, I'm gonna blend that out. Okay, once that's blended out into the crease, I'm gonna go in with the color Heaven, and I'm using a flat shader brush. I'm just gonna pack that right onto the lid. Then I'm gonna take the color Silk Teddy, and I'm gonna add that into the inner corner of my eye. Then using a smaller shading brush, I'm going back into Cashmere Bunny, and I'm just gonna lightly sweep this underneath my eye on my lower lash line. Just very, very lightly. I don't want a ton of color on my lower lash line, just a hint of brown. So that's it for the eyeshadow. So next I'm gonna line my eyes, and I'm just gonna do a very subtle cat eye. You can opt out from using a liquid liner. If you just wanna use an eyeshadow, it'll be much softer, but I don't care for lining my eyes with eyeshadow. So I'm gonna line my eyes with liquid liner. I'm gonna start by creating a wing. I'm gonna keep this liner very, very simple. I'm not gonna bring it all the way in, but I'm just gonna connect it to my eyelashes. So that's it for eyeliner. So again, like I said, it's very, very simple. So next thing I'm gonna do is put 2 coats of mascara on my top and bottom lashes. For my top lashes, I'm using Lash Sensational. For my bottom lashes, I'm trying to look for it. Oh! Is my Telescopic by L'Oreal, because this has a much smaller brush. So let me go ahead and do that. So for lashes, my CVS usually carries just the corner lashes, but I couldn't find any this morning. So these are from Ardell, and they're in the number 401. I'll give you a close-up of them really quick. So I'm using those. You see how the corners are much darker than when it tapers in. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to make my own corner lashes by simply cutting off where the lash changes from thicker to more sparse. So I actually have scissors with me, so I'm just simply cutting the lash band right where the lash changes. So now I only have corner pieces, which is what I wanted. So I'm gonna do that to the other lash piece. Okay, so I applied a thin layer of lash glue on my lashes, and I allowed them to get tacky. Ooh, what is that? I'm getting makeup everywhere. Oh, that's a lash glue. How the heck did you get up there? I didn't even put you on my face yet. I'm just gonna apply this to the very outer corner of my eyes. Okay, I'm gonna allow those to completely dry, and we're gonna move on to my favorite part of this eye makeup look, which is the lips. So I'm gonna line my lips using Palladio's Herbal Lip Liner. I don't know, I've had this lip liner forever, but I love it. If you have a red lip liner or something, I would use that, but this comes off pretty dark, but it is a pink. So I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips and fix my... So I lined my lips and filled them in completely with this lip liner. So I am using the color Red MAC Red from MAC. This is actually a new lipstick I picked up, and I actually have not put it on my lips yet, but it's a gorgeous red color, and I'll give you a quick swatch of that. You'll see it on my lips in a second, but I'm just gonna go ahead and put this on top of the lip liner. I'm coming to realize that my lips are just a very awkward shape. I don't know. But to prevent lipstick from getting on your teeth, just take your finger and go like that. And you should have some lipstick on your finger. It's pretty gross. But that is the makeup. So now that my lashes are completely dried, I'm gonna go back in with my liquid liner and just try to cover up the lash band a little bit and fix the line if it needs any fixing. I'm gonna go over the lashes with a quick coat of mascara. More so the ends, that's why I'm putting it on like this, instead of coating the entire lash. Now, of course, Marilyn has her signature mole, but mine happens to be down here. So I'm going to just kind of accentuate that mole by taking a matte brown eyeshadow, and I'm going to take an angled brush and just use the very, very tip of it. And I'm just patting the eyeshadow right on top of the mole. Okay, so this is the completed Marilyn Monroe look. I'm loving it. The eyes are very, very natural to me. I'm loving the bold lip. It's definitely out of my comfort zone, but I am going to work like this, so they're gonna be like,
what the heck happened to you, but they know that I do tutorials. So I hope you enjoyed this spin on the Marilyn inspired look. If you did, please leave a thumbs up. You can also subscribe if you don't want to miss any new videos. I'm also on Instagram and Twitter where I will post plenty of pictures of this look on there. And until my next video, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.